Alright, so on April 1st, I was living with my stepsister in North Carolina, and on that specific morning, I woke up with some random guy at my house telling me that I had to pack my bags and get ready for a 4-hour drive because I had a flight out of Charlotte to California where I'd be for at least 2 months at rehab. I was shocked and pissed off at the same time. I was in the middle of a college semester taking 3 online courses. I was a part-time employee, and to make matters worse, pretty much all of my clothes were dirty. So by the time we had to leave, my clothes were soaked after like 10 minutes in the dryer. I put my wet clothes in a garbage bag and packed the rest of my stuff in a suitcase, and throughout the entire 4-hour drive to Charlotte, I didn't say a single word to the driver, and I spent the entire drive texting my parents tons of hateful stuff. I was extremely upset for being sent to rehab and having to put my life on hold for 2 months. Once I got to Elevate, I had a really bad attitude all throughout my intake, and as soon as I got to the detox cabin, I immediately went to my room not wanting to be a part of anything. I didn't even go out to eat or socialize, nothing. A few staff members came in trying to talk to me, but I only answered with grunts. And at one point, some random guy came in, and unlike the other staff, he didn't just walk away, he genuinely wanted to have a conversation with me. I thought about it for a good 10 seconds before quietly getting out of my bed and walking out in front of the cabin with him. He introduced himself and told me his name was Keon, and he told me his whole story and I explained my frustrations. He was extremely understanding and we had a great conversation. At the end, he asked me if I wanted to play some ping pong, and I was definitely down, so he brought me down to the campus and we played. And I still remember before the game, he bragged about how good he was and that nobody in the center could beat him. And I remember I beat him the first game. And my first thought was everybody at Elevate was just terrible at ping pong. But then the next game he actually tried and he destroyed me. So but playing ping pong with him was the first smile I ever cracked at Elevate, and if it wasn't for him, I would have left as soon as I got access to my phone. After 4 long days at detox, I finally went down the hill and got introduced to my roommates at 302. I was stuck on my show once I got down the hill, and I spent every second either alone watching baseball in my room or playing basketball. I remember I played basketball for hours on end every night, between blocks and after blocks, and it even got clients calling me Cool Hand Luke because of it. So that was pretty cool. But after a couple of weeks of interacting with all the clients, I started coming out of my shell and spending more time talking in the courtyard. I started taking my program really seriously, and I got a lot out of it. Coming into Elevate, my goal was to learn how to love myself and truly be happy without the use of drugs and alcohol. And finally, after 60 days at Elevate, I learned tons of tools and gained lots of great lessons and insight to help me do that. I learned how to better deal with my emotions, stay in the present moment. I learned better decision-making process through the use of pros and cons. I learned a ton about responsibility through the responsibility step process. And finally, I rebuilt a lot of relationships with my family and friends with the amends process. I'm able to be happy again with the tools I learned, and I can safely say I can continue to live a happy and healthy, sober life. And finally, I'd just like to say a huge thanks to all the staff. A huge thanks to Kai, of course, Matt, he's not here right now, Greg. A huge thanks to all the trainees, all of you guys are amazing. Kitchen staff for helping me gain 10 pounds. And most importantly, the clients here. A huge thanks to everybody here. I love all you guys. I don't want to single anybody out, but truly you guys are amazing. I remember just having so many great experiences down here, from just having great conversations in the courtyard, playing games, and even at one point watching the 2021 NFL draft, which if you told me I would be doing that at rehab, I would have thought you were crazy, but I did it and it was amazing. So just another huge thanks to everybody. Thank you very much.